What is up, everybody? Good evening, good morning, wherever I'm coming at you from my side of the world to your side of the world. I just wanted to teach for a few minutes, share some encouragement, and help you see a pathway that maybe you've never seen before as a public speaker. So, if we haven't met before, my name is Eileen Wilder, and good evening, good morning. If you're coming on in, we're going live on all the places YouTube, Facebook. Let me know where you're watching from. And also, if you're joining us this week for the free class, if you're not aware of it, and coming up in a couple days, or it's tomorrow actually, we have a 3-day challenge where I'm going to be sharing a little bit deeper on how to create your signature message. Tonight, what I would like to do is show you the path to leaving $1 million legacy. So, if that sounds good to you, sounds interesting to you, let me know in the comments. Just drop a yes, going, yes, I would love to leave a legacy for my family. I would love to leave a legacy for my foundation. I would love to leave a legacy here on earth with my message. Now, if you have never even thought about that before, I'm going to show you a way of working a lot easier, a lot less, with a lot less energy, and showing you the pathway of becoming a powerful communicator. So, if that sounds interesting to you, let's go party, peoples. I'll probably teach for about 15, 20 minutes and then open it up for some Q&A. Again, if we haven't met before, my name is Eileen Wilder, and over the past couple of years, I've sold close to $20 million in offers online, and I've done that through being a public speaker. So, if you would like to learn about how to leave your $1 million legacy here on the internet, let's go. And if you're just coming on in, let me know. If you're just coming on in, let me know where you're watching from. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, I can see your comments. In a minute, we're going live on Instagram. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm going to teach just for about maybe 12 to 15 minutes on a pathway for you to leave your $1 million legacy. Okay, so let me drop in the comments where you're watching from. How many of you would like to leave a $1 million legacy? Give me a yes in the comments below. That sounds cool to you. Let's go. And I want to show you let me go live here on Instagram. Sweet. Okay. Fantastic. Des Moines, Iowa, Florida. What's up, Christine? What's up, Jennifer? And what's up, everybody on Instagram coming on in? Just drop in the comments where you are watching from. And I'm going to teach and share about how to leave your $1 million legacy. Now, many of you may have known me for teaching high ticket offers and all this sauce and all this cool stuff. What I want to talk to you and teach you tonight is a 12-month millionaire formula focused only on one thing. What is that one thing, you may be asking? What's up, everybody on Instagram? Drop in where you're watching from. I'm going to teach and share just for a couple minutes tonight on how you can crush it as a public speaker and how I make my money. People are like, Aline, what are you doing? And I'm going to show you how you can earn more and work a whole lot less, simply sharing your signature message. If that sounds good to you, drop a fire emoji or good in the chats or in the comment below, because what you don't realize, and what I want to uncover for you tonight, is that you're way more brilliant than you know you are. Can I get a witness? What's up, Texas? Okay. Like, you're so close to your superpower, you don't recognize it's that super. And the thing that's the most expensive for you right now in your life, I'm talking to you, Instagram, I'm talking to you, YouTube, I'm talking to you, Facebook, the most expensive decision you're making right now is not seeing how brilliant you are and your personal story, making a message that crushes it online. What do I mean? There's like one message that you could be sharing and it could print you clients. It could print you clients for the next 10 years. What? One message. Type one in the chat. Type one in the chat if you can see. I'm not talking, and you know what I'm not talking about, team, tonight? I am not talking about funnels and ads and marketing and all that sauce. One killer message with you crushing it can print you clients and print you so much money, it's going to make your head spin. So that's what I'm going to dive into tonight. If that sounds cool, just drop a cool in the chat. We're just going to have some fun. I do have my energy drink, and I'm really excited about it. Okay, so Now, if we haven't met before, again, my name's Eileen. What's up? I'm coming from Houston, Texas. I've made close to $20 million selling offers online. The way that I've done that is through being a public speaker. So here's what I would love for you to do is if drop a 1 if you could imagine being a speaker, or drop a 2 if that scares you crazy. Like drop a 2 if you're like, I can't even handle the thought of public speaking. Did you know that it is actually the number one fear above death? They say that people are more afraid of speaking at the funeral than being in the casket. Yeah. And if that's you tonight, what I want to teach you is a way to become absolutely, totally unstoppable and confident on the platform. How do I know? Because I once ran out of the building, team. I ran out of the building when they called my name on the platform. They said, "Eileen," my maiden name Clark, "Eileen Clark, come to the platform." And you know what I did? I found the back door to the building, got in my car, and drove as fast as I could all the way home. Nobody, they were just crickets. No one entered that platform. No one spoke because I was so afraid. So if you're terrified, here's what I want you to know tonight is that I get it. And there is a structure. Here's what saved me is there's a structure for when you speak, like a system, a little checklist, if you will, for how to organize your message that makes you look and feel incredibly confident, and not just that, where people wanna buy. Okay, type "buy" in the chat if you want people not just to think you're awesome sauce, but you want them to buy your stuff. Buy. I know. Once this structure I figured it out, I'm gonna teach it to you tonight, so let's go. I'm not just here to, you know, just not waste your time or waste my time. This structure will make you feel, that's the key word, it's gonna make you feel like you're having fun. It's gonna make you feel and look very confident, and it's gonna cause desire to come from the audience to wanna buy your stuff. Let's go. Now, if you didn't know, I actually am hosting a free class the next 3 days where I'm gonna dive deeper, where we're actually gonna write your message, like, create the actual message. So that's happening, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. It's a 3-day challenge called Move the Room. So there's a link somewhere on my profile. You can check it out. The team will drop it later. But right now, so I'm inviting you. It's totally free. We're gonna write your message, okay? But tonight, I thought I'd give you a little mini class of how we can create that message together. So if you're ready to go, and you're ready to learn and have fun, type "go" in the chat. Like, let's go. Because the world needs what you alone have to offer. The world needs what you alone have been called to speak, been called to teach, and been called to preach to them about. I'm not saying I used to be a pastor, right? So that's why I like that word preach. You don't have to be like that or grown up in church like I did. What I'm saying to you is that there's a message, come on, that you've been called to bring. There's a message of hope. Maybe it's of inspiration. Maybe it's of education. Here's what I would love is for you to drop in the comments what you're passionate to talk about. Let everybody know, like, hey, this is the topic. Like, it's the thing that you can riff on for you know how you talk to your best friend at coffee and you're just talking and talking, you're so passionate about it? There's money in that message, okay? So drop what topic it is that you could imagine speaking on, but the world needs that message. Listen to me here. If you get nothing out of what else I'm gonna share tonight, what I want to do is light a fire in you and say to you, "Enough's enough. Too much time has gone by. Too much time of you thinking about it, staying up late at night, regretting not stepping out. Too much time has gone by, and too many people need what it is that you're called to serve them with, that message. Too many people need that hope. Too many people need that story. Too many people are going through so much drama, so much trauma. They need the lesson. They need the tips. They need the teaching, they need the checklist, they need what it is that you alone are called to speak, okay? So tonight, what I wanna do is light this fire, not just, sometimes I have to tell people how much, like, the money is incredible. Like, Let's make that case, correct? I'm gonna show you exactly how I made my first million and how you can too. But listen to me, party peoples. If you if you could get excited tonight about impact, give me a me in the chat. Is anybody excited in the building? I don't know, maybe not to live their life only for themselves. I know that's you, or you wouldn't be connected with me, tracking with me, following me, which I am grateful for and thankful for that we're connected online, and thankful that you're here watching live tonight. What I want to do is reveal to you tonight how brilliant you are. Like, you don't recognize how magnificent your message is. So that's our goal tonight, is for you to catch a glimpse of who you really are, baby. Let's go. Like, and this is for you, sir, gentleman, bro, out there too, for you to recognize what a powerhouse you are and step up. Okay. I know, I got my mom voice on. It's the energy drink. So let's talk about how you can make $1 million as a speaker. All right, let's go. Now, in order for you to understand, you're going to have to do one thing, and that's you're going to have to stop working so hard at what's not working. Oh, snap. Yeah. You're going to have to actually say no to some things that you're focused on, but they're a distraction. You're going to have to say no to working hard at what's not working. Give me an amen if you already are getting something out of it. They're like, oh, snap. You're gonna hang up this call and be like, tell your wife or your husband, Eileen told me to stop working. Okay. So here's why you may be doing things that aren't producing as much wealth in your life, because you're more focused on exhaustion, okay, than energy that's going to produce wealth. So I'm going to teach something called the leverage ladder right now. The leverage ladder. This is why you're wealthy if you're wealthy, but this is also why you're broke if you're broke. And I didn't know this information. 6 years ago, I was in a 2-bedroom apartment. So it was only 6 years ago. 6 years ago, if you didn't know that, we used to be pastoring, and then we transitioned our career. So 6 years ago, my husband was driving Uber. Who loves a good Uber? You know what I'm saying? I tip them so much because Harrison's my husband. He would take his car at night, or one car. What was it, babe? It was a Honda something. And he would drive all night long to take care of our family. And I was homeschooling my kids. I wish I could show you this photo on my computer where I just looked terrible. I did not look like a dynamic public speaker. And this was 6 years ago. And here's what I didn't understand was the leverage ladder. And when you don't understand the leverage ladder, here's what's going to teach you. It's going to show you how to use leverage to make $1 million. So you know what leverage is? It's like a big lever. And you can like move a big boulder if you have like the right thing right there. I don't know what that's called. Fulcrum, maybe. I'm not sure. But you can move stuff, right? Or think about this, team. How many of you guys have like ran track in high school or college or do somewhere? How many of you are fast? Type fast. I wish I could have somebody come on with me live and talk about like what they did in track or fast. Now think about this. Like when you're running, you're going to use a lot of energy, but you could get just as far on a bicycle. Someone say leverage. And guess where you get even faster? Go even farther with less energy in a car. And you can go faster and even further using less energy if you were in a plane. All you're doing is using leverage. And if you are not using leverage, meaning I'm going to show you how to use this as a speaker, you are somebody else's leverage. Oh, snap. You are being used as someone else's leverage, building their thing, building their platform, getting used by the banks, getting used by finance things because you don't understand the money, getting used by the system because okay, I'm going to get, if we start talking about college, I'm going to start to freak out, but you are being used as somebody else's leverage unless you learn to use the leverage. So so the leverage ladder goes like this. I first heard this from my friend Myron. Shout out to Myron Golden, who I love to the bottom of my heart. He taught it a little bit different. So this is a variation of that. But the very first rung of the ladder is going to be your muscles. Okay. So this is where you're working hard. This is people out there who are using their muscles for work, right? They're like, they're out there, they're mowing lawns, washing cars, working at hotels, serving in the restaurants. Someone say work. So they're working harder than everybody else in the entire world and making the least, because there's like minimum wage to about $80,000. Okay. So we're using muscle. So what we're doing is I'm going to climb the ladder tonight so that you're working less but earning more. Okay. The next level is manage. Have you guys ever managed anybody on IG, YouTube, Facebook? Someone type pain. Okay. Manage. You're going to manage people. So you manage them, right? Make a little bit more. People say you can make up to $250K. Sounds amazing. But is it amazing? Because you have to go to work every day and you have to deal with people. And nobody wants that sauce. It's 2026. AI is here. We're better than that. Okay. So muscles, manage. They're still working hard. Wouldn't you agree? If you've managed people, it is like work. Okay. And they're making a little bit more. But what are all the wealthy people doing? Let's talk about rich people stuff. Rich people stuff. Okay, what's up, everybody? I'm just thanking everybody for coming on in. If you're welcome to my rant, okay? Rich people stuff happens at the top two parts of the ladder, okay? And no one told me this, and that's why I'm coming live here on Instagram, Facebook, on the internet right now, because I didn't know this information, and you deserve to get rich. The top two rungs of the ladder. The next one's the mouth. People use their mouth to make money. I know. I didn't know this. In fact, the first time I learned that people use, like think about it. If you think about this, have you ever really thought about like what actors are doing? People who use their mouth to make money, they're just like saying work. I mean, it's incredible. I have a lot of respect for the craft. Okay. But think about speakers, think about salespeople, think about motivational speakers, think about communicators. Think about anybody that can communicate with their mouth. They're simply using their mouth to make money. Is that easier or harder than managing and muscles? It's easier, right? Okay, if you're tracking, I can't see you, but just like you can write tracking. Are you tracking? Now, when I first learned how to use my mouth to make money, here's one of the takeaways for you. I made more money in 1 hour than I had made in months. And here's what happened. I went to an event. Someone said I could speak and I could share my message. So remember how I told you I ran out of the building? I had a lot of stage fright, a lot of anxiety. And then the speaker said, the person who was organizing it said, not only could I share my message, but I could make an offer at the end. I could like pitch something, which I didn't have really anything at the time. But I put together right before the event, I put together something that was $997. So that's what I want you to write in the comments, 997. It was 997. And again, I am not selling anything right now. What I am telling you to do is it was only $1,000. Okay. So it wasn't a high ticket offer. This wasn't it wasn't expensive. I broke it into payment plans, 997. So it's not that expensive, right? I was so scared because I had never sold anything before and definitely never sold anything in front of a group of people. So after I spoke, I wish I could show you a photo of this, but after I spoke, it went so bad that nobody bought. Like, it was just crickets. It was bad. Has this ever happened to you? You don't need to comment in the thing. But I had flown to this event. I was so nervous. I'm saying my offer. Nobody buys. It was like total bomb. I go out into the lobby. I call Harrison, my amazing husband, who I adore, and I cry on the phone in the lobby, even for people to see. And I say, babe, it was terrible. And then he's like, no, I'm sure it wasn't that bad. I'm like, no, it was, okay. And I'm teary-eyed as I'm on the phone with my husband, Harrison. This man comes up to me. His name is Jeff, and it was Myron's brother, Jeff Golden. And I said, Harrison, I gotta go. Jeff's coming up to me. And Jeff's like, "What'd you think? How'd you think it go?" It went. And I was like, "Jeff, it was so bad. Nobody bought. It was so bad." And he's like, "Oh, don't you talk like that to me right now, Eileen." He said, that was one of the best messages I have ever heard. In fact, I recorded the whole thing. I'm gonna study it afterward. It was so good. Like, you were and he just you do you ever do you have a friend that's like this? Drop a yes in the comments. I can see all the comments coming in on Facebook, YouTube. Drop a yes if you've got, like, a good friend, like a friend that will cheerlead you on, a friend that will see your magnificence, a friend that will call out the good in you, a friend that will say, "Get up there, you're crushing it. That was amazing." Jeff did that for me. I walked back into the room. What happened was there a few people started walking up to me, and what I had not realized is that because I thought I did so bad, I ran out of the room, but people actually had questions. So a little line started forming. There were only about 30 people at this event, but a little line started forming, and in their hands were the order forms. And one by one, they asked a question and handed me their order form. I couldn't it was like a miracle every time I was handing the order forms were like precious gold to me. I couldn't I took them, I almost like bowed. It was incredible. And by the end of the night, I had 11 order forms. I know. I couldn't believe it. On the flight home, I would peek into my bag, look inside the bag, and just make sure that they were still there. And when I walked in the door to the apartment with 11 order forms and handed them to my husband, he was like, and I remember he said, "You did it. You did it." And I was like, "I know. This is insane." He's like, "I know." And then this look came on his face where I think he thought I was like the hottest woman that had ever it was like he thought I was great before, but now walking in with like order forms, it was like another level. It was another level. Okay. So, how many of you want this to be your story? Give me a yes. Knees shaking, feeling nauseous, think you may lose it. But if you could learn the skill set of saying your message and then doing a simple invitation, even if you're terrible like me, it could work. Drop a yes. If you could like imagine that being your story. Now I wanna tell you that I became this amazing speaker and like all these things changed, but I'm here to tell you tonight, I'm still sharing that same message today. That same message that had the seed of one and here's my encouragement with your brilliance tonight. You don't recognize yet how the seed of your story, how it's gonna touch someone. You can't see it right now because you simply don't have the evidence file of it yet. You haven't seen it. You're like me out in the lobby crying on the phone like, "It's not working." Okay? So, all the audience needs is for you to step forward and to share that story. The problem isn't that your business isn't working. The problem isn't that you're not a good communicator. The problem isn't anything other than what Seth Godin says, where he says, "The only enemy is obscurity." The only enemy that you and I face is obscurity. What is he saying? Stop hiding. Share your story. Stop hiding. Stop being quiet. Stop being afraid. Stop being insecure. Even when your knees are shaking, even when your voice is quaking, you can share your story and change someone's life. If that's you tonight, give me like a yes or a me or let's go or a fire emoji or it's my time. You can not only impact people, change their lives, but you can make money doing it. So let's just talk about that. Let's talk about the money part for a second. Just drop a me if you're ready to go. Like, and what's so fantastic about this is you're called to reach people that I'm not called to reach. Can I get a witness? Give me an amen. You're called to reach people that will never resonate with me. They'll be like, that chick's her hair's too long, teeth too white. I don't get it. You're called to reach the people that you're called to reach. Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice. It's your voice. Your sheep, your people are attracted to and called by the frequency of your voice. I'm preaching better than you guys are acting tonight. There's a sound and a vibration in your being, in your message, and who you are. And you look the way you look, and you like the stuff that you like, and you speak the way that you do, because that's how God made you, because that's who the people need you to be, who they're attracted to. Nothing is by accident, nothing is wasted. These people, and so that, why am I saying this to you tonight? Because I'll never reach these people. You are called to reach these people. They'll never come to me. They'll never like my stuff, and it's totally fine. Listen to me. Will you be fine if some people don't like your stuff? Will you be fine? You'll be fine. You will be so fine. Why? Because your sheep will come to your voice. So you're going to be helping your sheep. You're going to be helping those people. So it's going to be so fulfilling. You're going to be like, you're going to see some sheep come at you, criticizing you, bad mouthing you, leaving comments, and you're going to be like, go away, little sheep, go away. You're called to someone else. Okay. Here's what we need to do tonight. Okay. We need to care more about the sheep that you're called to serve than care about what other people think about you. I'm just looking in the camera hole. You mean amen tonight if you're going to care more about them than about what people say about you. Let's go. So, listen, I keep forgetting to say this. I have a class. It's the next 3 days. It's 1 hour a week. We'll teach you how to create this message and create a converting product so you can do this. Okay, but listen, I didn't even finish this. Okay, I didn't even finish the ladder. I'm coming back to this ladder right now. At the mouth level, on the ladder, you can make on the low side $100,000. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that tonight. $100,000 because, listen, for a long time in my business, I didn't have anything more than $997. So my question is, how many $997 things would you need to sell to do 100K? Just 100K. If that sounds like a lot to you, I'm sure it does not sound like a lot to anybody here. 100,000. You need to sell 100. Okay. Now you can, up here though, you can also make, what I would say, you can make close to 100 million. As a speaker, you can make $100 million on the mouth level. Listen, the people making more money than you are not working harder than you. What they have done is they've looked for all the easy ways to make money and stepped away from all the hard ways to make money. Okay, so the mouth, low side 100K, high side 100 million or more. You can't really see that, team. Sorry, IG. Okay. Now the next level on the ladder is your mind. You're gonna use your mind. Just think about Steve Jobs. Think about Elon. Think about people that you respect and admire. They're simply getting an idea, like in their mind, for how to make money. Okay. So that's one of the things this week we're going to have brainstorming time together to think about, like, in particular, what message do you want to speak and create? What message, like from our mind, we're going to use our mind. And then from our mind, we're also going to come up with a product that we could sell. And super cool thing, I'm also going to give you an opportunity where you can, if you'd like to not even have to create a product, you can use one of my products. I'm going to actually give it to some people to sell. They can sell it, keep all the money. So we're just going to use our mind to create money. If that's not the literal coolest thing you've ever heard in your whole life, like, I'm not sure I can help you. Okay, so mine. So you're like, I mean, this is great. How did you make $1 million? But if you don't get this, like we can't move on from this part. It's way easier. This is why I could make $11,000 in 1 hour, because it's way easier to use your mind and your mouth to make money than it is to use your muscles and manage other people. Becoming a public speaker for you will enable you to travel cool places, meet cool people. Another side benefit is there's a lot of respect that comes toward you. There's going to be a lot of appreciation. There's going to be a lot of people walking up to you and telling you how much your message and your life and your products have impacted you. These are all inevitable fruits of using your mouth and your mind for money. Okay, isn't that so cool? Okay, big takeaway here is you can teach any topic to anyone that you decide to, and you can have an incredibly lucrative career doing it. Okay, with this, I'm going to close right now because I'm going, and team, you can drop the link. If you want to join us for the free class, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's 1 hour each day. You can go to Move the Room. Some link, it should be in the profile, or the team's dropping it somewhere. It's totally free, but let's go. What? This is, okay, so here's how I made my first million and how you can too. I would love to show you these really cool slides, but you'll have to join me in the class to see the slides. Okay. But what I first did, one of the first products I did, right? Okay, is that 997. So let's talk about that. If you only wanted to make $100,000, if you only wanted to make, let's say my microphone, if you only wanted to make $100,000 a year, again, you're only going to be doing, I guess, about 9 sales a month. Can you do 9 sales a month on your thing? Answer, yes, 9 sales a month. That'll be about $100K on the 997 course. Now, what I did is I took my message, I transcribed it, and I made a book. Do you have a book or want to have a book? Give me like a yes. Isn't that cool? This is the, if you're looking at me on the screen right now, okay, Instagram over here, it's this white book. That white book right there, Facebook and YouTube, I can't point. Right here, it's called Financially Free. That was the same message that I shared that Jeff came up and like encouraged me and applauded me, okay? So 997 course. The other thing you can do is create a book. Now, let's say you only wanted to have a book and not a course. You only have to make about 280 book sales a month. So that would mean you getting up in front of a group of people, talking to them. In fact, I have a list of associations and free groups that you can get up and share in front, and all you just do is invite people to your book. You only need to sell 280 a month to make $100,000. This is like part-time as a speaker. I know. This is bananas and the coolest thing you've ever heard in your life. Type cool. This is like so cool. Again, we're not working harder. We're just using leverage from the leverage ladder. Okay. The last way that you can make $100,000 a year is through a coaching, or I like to say consulting. I love consulting. I like coaching too. I also like consulting. So with consulting and coaching, you only need to like help about 4 people a month. If you charge them, watch this, only $2,000 for the year. I know that's so low. This is so low because I know a lot of people are like, Eileen, aren't you high ticket? Yes, answer, yes. But for my newer students or people who are new to the game, you can be a coach or consultant and be like, yeah, I'll help you for the X amount per month or $2,000 a year. You can do that. You can do that. If you don't know how to do that, I will show you how to do that. Now with that, you're going to make the most money in coaching and consulting. So books are so fun. I have this dream of being like a writer in a cabin one day and just only doing that. Books are amazing. Love it. Coaching and consulting, you're going to make more. But why not? Why not do all 3? Okay. If we have the 997 course, and what I did there is I just basically did a class and recorded it. Okay. And that became the course. Okay. 997 course, your book, and a coaching program. I know the microphone, I have to go back here. The coaching thing, if you did all 3, okay, before I keep going, could you imagine? Let's just go slow. Could you imagine coaching and consulting with people? Give me a yes. Okay, I know, and I have some really cool questions actually coming in. So stay on it if you want to hang out for a little bit of Q&A before I have to hang out with my son. But the thing is, you see how you're not doing like a lot more? Like you got this one speech, the speech becomes a book, speech becomes the course, the class, you just go deeper with them. It's pre-recorded, it's like a thing. And then coaching and consulting, you'd be like on live calls or helping them on the phone. You could additionally provide in equally so, you would just have them go to service if you wanted to at 2K. Like it's so easy peasy lemon squeezy. My brain has so much free RAM space, even just thinking about how easy that is. People, the biggest challenge is is stop working so hard at what's already not working. That's actually the biggest hurdle and the biggest challenge. And watch this, stop having resistance to all the easy ways to make money. Stop resisting them through excuses, through this so hard. Well, where am I? No. The biggest enemy, like Seth Godin said, is obscurity. That's the enemy. That's the enemy we're all facing. There's no other enemy than other obscurity, because this is literally that easy. So if you did all three, and I just showed you the numbers of how you could make $100,000 a year, all we're gonna do is like increase the dial on that. Now we're doing 300K simply by just layering in. One of the reasons why this works is because these are assets. These are built once, build them once, and they have recurring revenue. Are you guys getting that? Okay. So I just showed you how to make $300,000. All we're going to do to hit $1 million, we're going to increase the volume or layer in some other high ticket thing. Super easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But we're already at 300K. If you guys can handle that, I'm happy to stay on for some Q&A. Before I do some Q&A, I have one question for you. Do you feel called to help people? Drop a yes. Do you feel called? I'm going to smile when I'm saying this. Do you feel called to help people? If you do, and if your answer is yes, congratulations ahead of time, because you have just climbed the leverage ladder and started working easier with less effort, making more money. So drop a yes if you want to just give yourself a raise, and we're just going to use leverage and go up the ladder. We have made, listen, we've coached over 9,000 students and we're close to $20 million in sales doing this. It is the easiest, most fun, most rewarding career on the actual planet is public speaking. The entire thing that makes this work is one speech. I've been doing the same speech, and we're going to build one speech. Now, I'll say one thing, you can't be boring. Okay. And you can go ahead and drop some, if you have some questions, I might stay on for a few minutes, depending if they're good questions. You can't be boring. That's why I called this book here, Move the Room. This book is Move the Room. So in particular, what I focus on in training my students is not only having content that's amazing. Yes. Answer, good content. Yes. Your performance of that content, in my opinion, is actually more important. Your performance of that content. Why? Because communication is 93% nonverbal. I'm going to smile again. Okay, it's 93% nonverbal. It's 7% is the words, the actual content, and 93% is nonverbal. That's what communication is. So what does that mean? And I know you've seen this at conferences and events. Sometimes someone's content isn't as dialed in or it's not as good, but because they're an incredible stage performer, They are entertaining us so well that we love them and they get invited back. Why? Because they moved the room. They moved the room. Now, if you can move the room and have killer content, baby, now you're going to get to do some rich people stuff. I know rich people stuff is so fun. Don't let anyone tell you it's not. It's incredible. Okay. And this is what I want, why I titled this to leave $1 million legacy. Because how many of you want to create wealth for your families? Give me a yes in the comments. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Where are you at, party peoples? Give me a yes if you want to spend some time with your grandkids, spend some time with your children, your sons, your daughters. You want to help your father, your mother. You want to buy that house. Listen, you want to travel. That was we wanted to buy this house and travel, and we've done it all. We've done it all in just a few years. So my one of my I'm like a good preacher, like my third closing right now. My word for you, somebody watching here tonight, is this is going to go faster than you think. One more time, in case you have the volume down. This is going to go faster than you think. The world needs what you alone have to offer. Baby, I'm just here to be a voice saying it's your time. It's your time. If you would like to dive deeper, and if any of this sounds interesting, you want to craft your message, there's a link somewhere on wherever we are together, here on the phone, on the computer, on the platform. The team will drop. It's completely free. It's a 3-day challenge. Day 1, we're going to create your message. Day 2, I'm going to go into cadence and performance. And day 3, I'm going to teach you how to get on stages, get you booked on stages. It's going to be fire sauce. I'm so excited. Did you have fun tonight? Give me a yes. Did you have fun? That's more. If you come to the class, it's going to be a literal actual party. But what gives me joy, type fun if you had fun. Type fun, IG. Type fun, Facebook. Type fun, YouTube. What gives me the most joy is spreading joy and people having fun. So thank you for being here tonight. I hope you learned something. I hope you're encouraged. I hope you got to see a little glimmer of your brilliance and see if I can do it. Broke as a joke, ready to choke 6 years ago in my apartment. You can do it, and it's going to go faster than you think. I'm like applauding. I'm applauding myself because you guys aren't here. I can't hear you, and I can't see all your beautiful faces. So I'm sending you a ton of love from Harrison and I and the whole team. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. It starts at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 12 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear your message, see your message. We also have a free script we're going to give you there at the 3-day challenge, so you can get booked on stage right with us right there. So I love you. Let's go. Oh, I forgot I said I was going to stay on for Q&A. Yeah. Okay. So I see a couple questions in. I think I actually have to go. So come to the party tomorrow, and I'm going to stay on actually for more Q&A. I know I just want to hang out with my family. Oh, thank you, Tressa. That's so sweet. I'm words of affirmation, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to stay on for lots of Q&A during the challenge. Yeah, some people have questions about AI. Would you use AI? And so we're going to show you how to use it just for little sections, primarily on our sound bites. So I want to create sound bites with you guys. They're in the challenge, so we're going to have some fun. I have an AI tool I'm going to give you. It's going to be just banana pants awesome sauce. Hey, have a great rest of your night. I can't wait to see you in the Move the Room challenge tomorrow. And it'll be about an hour each day, 1 hour each day. It'll be I will stay on for Q&A if you want to hang out a little bit longer with me. I just enjoy it. I don't know about you, but serving people just lights me up. So the teaching will be an hour, but if you want to stay on longer, we'll hang on for a little bit for Q&A. All right. Can't wait to see you there, team. Have a beautiful night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye, Instagram. Bye, YouTube. Bye, Facebook.